Greetings! Mandatory79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alright, let's get started. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu. Going to edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm making one for is a Keter Sanctuaries, One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea, D-BT05. Okay, let's just go to this empty slot here, create new deck, entering create new deck, selecting nation, I'm selecting Keter Sanctuary, and okay, we're in. So, like I mentioned before, the deck I'm building for this deck profile video is a Keter Sanctuaries, One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea deck, made up of cards only available up until D-BT05. Okay, then first let's go to the filter settings, pack, show only cards from D-BT1, Genesis of the 5 Greats, D-BT2, A Brush with the Legends, D-BT3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT4, Awakening of Chakrabarti, D-BT5, Triumphant Return of Brave Heroes, Festival Collection 2021, and promo pack number 1, apply filter. Okay, now let's just start off with the grade 3 lineup. For the grade 3s of this deck, we're playing Ride Deck, grade 3, One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea, skills for skill, continuous. The normal ride from hand of a unit with Thegrea in its different card name from this unit on this unit also becomes a persona ride. Second skill, action, as a Vanguard, once per turn, cost, counterblast 1. If the cost of paid, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to one grade 2 or less unit card from among them, call it the Rearguard Circle, and shuffle your deck. If One Who Blooms in the Dark Thegrea is in your soul, choose up to 2 instead of 1. And third skill, auto as a Vanguard. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If this unit was placed by riding from One Who Blooms in the Dark Thegrea this turn, cost, discard a card from your hand. If the cost is paid, choose one of your rear guards and stand it. Fourth skill, glitter. This card is a glitter that seeks the fire Regulus. So for One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea, it's one of the main grade 3s to ride this deck. Its skill is the first skill. When you ride a different Thegrea on top of One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea, it becomes a persona ride. So for this first skill, when you ride a different Thegrea other than One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea, for example, One Who Blooms the Dark Thegrea on top of your Vanguard, One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea, it counts as a persona ride. So whether you choose to persona ride normally by riding another One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea, or you choose to ride One Who Blooms the Dark Thegrea, either way you can get a persona ride and get more power and draw a card with the persona ride, giving you more offensive power and options for defenses later. And the second skill, just by counterblasting 1, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck and superior call one grade 2 or less unit from among them onto your Rearguard Circle. And if you manage to secure a One Who Blooms in the Dark Thegrea in your soul, you can superior call 2 instead of 1. So for the second skill, if you can pay the cost and meet the conditions, you have the chance to secure yourself more attackers or boosters depending on how many or what cards you call with this second skill. And the third skill, at the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If this unit was placed by riding from One Who Blooms in the Dark Thegrea this turn, cost, discard a card from hand, choose a rear guard and stand it. So for this third skill, after attacking with your Vanguard, One Who Walks in the Path of Light, Thegrea, if you had ridden her on top of a One Who Blooms in the Dark Thegrea, you can pay the cost of discard 1 and stand a rear guard for another attack. So for this third skill, as long as you meet the conditions and can pay the cost, you'll be able to stand a rear guard, giving you more attacks to pressure or potentially finish off your opponent with this turn. And the fourth skill, glitter. This skill doesn't really explain anything, so just skipping ahead. So for the One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea, we're putting 3 into the deck, 1 in the right deck. Okay, next up, the grade 3, One Who Blooms the Dark Thegrea. Skills for skill, continuous. The normal ride from hand of a unit with Thegrea in its different card name from this unit on this unit also becomes a persona ride. And the second skill, action, as a Vanguard, once per turn, retire 2 of your grade 2 or less rear guards. If the cost is paid, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. If One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea is in your soul, retire all of your opponent's rear guards in the same column as the chosen unit. And the third skill, auto as a Vanguard once per turn. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If this unit was placed by riding from One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea this turn, Cost, Counterblast 1, and discard a card from your hand. If the cost is paid, stand this unit, and it gets drive -1 till end of turn. 4th skill, Glitter. This card is a Glitter that seeks the Fire Regulus. So for One Who Blooms the Dark Thegrea is one of the main grade 3s to ride his deck. Its skill, the first skill, when you normal ride a different Thegrea on top of your Vanguard, One Who Blooms the Dark Thegrea, it becomes a Persona ride. So if you ride a different Thegrea onto your Vanguard, for example, One Who Walks the Path of Light Thegrea on top of your Vanguard, One Who Blooms the Dark Thegrea, it still costs the Persona ride, giving you power and drawing cards. So if you choose to normally Persona ride One Who Blooms the Dark Thegrea, or if you choose to use the first skill to ride One Who Walks the Path of Light Thegrea, either way you'll get a Persona ride with extra power and extra card to either give you more offensive or defensive options. And the second skill, just by retiring 2 of your own grade 2 or less rear guards, you can retire one of your opponent's rear guards, and if you've managed to secure One Who Walks the Path of Light Thegrea in your soul, you can retire all rear guards on your opponent's column. That's the same as the chosen unit. So as long as you meet the cost and can meet the conditions, you can retire your opponent's rear guards to this second skill. And the third skill, at the end of the battle unit attacked, if this card is placed by riding from One Who Walks the Path of Light Thegrea for this turn, by playing a Counterblast 1, discard a card from your hand and minusing your Vanguard's drive plus -1, you'll be able to restand your Vanguard for another attack. So as long as you manage to ride for that turn, ride One Who Blooms the Dark Thegrea on top of One Who Walks the Path of Light Thegrea, and you meet the conditions and cost, you can restand your Vanguard for another attack, making it easier to pressure or finish off your opponent with the extra Vanguard attack with the increased chances of getting triggers. So for One Who Blooms the Dark Thegrea, putting 4 into the deck. Okay, next up, the grade 2 lineup. For the grade 2s to this deck, we're playing Ride deck, grade 2, Harsh Training, Thegrea, skill for skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon by a grade 3 of Thegrea in its card name, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card of Thegrea or Maple in its card name from among them, reveal it and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. Second skill, Glitter. This card is a Glitter that seeks the Fire Regulus. So for Harsh Training Thegrea, it's the main grade 2 to ride this deck. Its skill, the first skill, when you ride a grade 3 Thegrea on top of her, you have the chance to look at the top 5 cards of your deck for a Thegrea or Maple card and add to your hand. So for this first skill, just by riding on top of it with the grade 3 Thegrea, you can get either Thegrea or Maple on your hand to either call with or to use their skills to later help in your later game strategy. So for Harsh Training Thegrea, we got for putting 1 in the deck, putting the right deck. Okay, next up, the grade 2. We're putting in the grade 2. Drilling Angel, skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, cost, put a card from your drop zone to your soul. If the cost is paid, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 card, the same card name as the card put into your soul for this cost from among them. Call it to rearguard circle and shuffle your deck. So for Drilling Angel, it's a powerful card to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. Its skill, just by calling to the rear guard, you can take any unit card from your drop zone and put it to the soul. Then, you have the chance to check the top 3 cards of your deck. If another copy of the card that was put into your soul was revealed by the skill, you can call it to the rear guard circle, thus securing yourself another attacker. So for Drilling Angel, it's a good way to not only build up your soul for later Soul Blast, but to also call yourself a potential attacker or booster in the back row, as long as you're lucky enough to get another copy of the card revealed by the skill. So for Drilling Angel, we're putting 4 into the deck. Okay, next up, the grade 2. Atrocious Moth Girl Maple, skills for skill, auto from the drop zone. When your grade 3 or greater Vanguard is placed during the ride phase, if you do not have a unit of Maple in its card name, you may call this card the rearguard circle. If there are 2 copies of this card in drop zone, you may only call 1. And second skill, Glitter, Thegrea. Active if your Vanguard is a Glitter with Thegrea in its card name. Auto as a rearguard. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. Cost, Soul Blast 1 or more cards. Choose a card from your soul of the same grade as the sum of the cards Soul Blasted for this cost. Put it into your hand. Put this unit into your soul. So for Atrocious Moth Girl Maple, it's one of the support cards for the Thegrea deck. Her skill, the first skill. While she's in the drop zone, when you ride a grade 3 or greater Vanguard on your right phase, if you do not have a card of Maple on your field, you can Superior Call Moth Girl Maple from your drop zone to the rear guard, securing yourself a potential front row attacker with Maple. And the second skill, at the end of the battle, your rear guard Maple attacked by Soul Blasting 1 or more cards. You can add a card from your soul that's the same grade as the Soul Blasted cards onto your hand. So Depending on how many cards you Soul Blasted for the second skill, you can add a specific card from your soul to your hand. For example, if you Soul Blast Grade 1, add 1 Grade 1 from the soul to hand. Soul Blaster Grade 2, add a Grade 2 from the soul to hand. Soul Blaster up to Grade 3, up to 3 cards. So you can add a Grade 3 in your hand. So for Atrocious Mothgirl Maple, we're putting 4 into the deck. Okay, next up, let's see the Grade 1 lineup. For the Grade 1s of this deck, we're playing. For the Grade 1s this deck, we're playing Ride Deck Grade 1, Beneath the Brilliant Light Thegrea. Skills for skill auto. When this unit is rolled upon by a harsh trading Thegrea, reveal the top card of your deck. Even if it's a Grade 2 or less unit card, you may call it to Rearguard as rest, return it to its original spot if you do not call. Second skill, Glitter. This card is a Glitter to 60 Fire Regulus. So for Beneath the Brilliant Light Thegrea, it's one of the main Grade 1s to ride this deck. Its skill, the first skill, when you ride a harsh trading Thegrea on top of her, you have the chance to look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a Grade 2 or less unit card, call it to Rearguard Circle as rest. If not, you choose not to call, you can leave it on top of the deck. So for Beneath the Brilliant Light Thegrea, its first skill is a good way to not only let you get another Rearguard to work with, or to just simply preview the top card of your deck to drive check later, or to draw with it in the skill. So for Beneath the Brilliant Light Thegrea, putting 1 the deck, 1 the right deck. Okay, next up, we're putting in the Grade 1 Aegis Red Dragon, Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Skills for skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may have only up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel on deck. Second skill, auto. When this unit is put on the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units. It cannot be handed to end of battle. If your hand has 2 more cards, choose a card from hand and discard it. Super Aegis Red Dragon, it's a perfect guard for the Keter Sanctuary Nation. Like any other perfect guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with and discarding a card from hand, you can block 1 enemy attack, but it also features an ability unique to all D standard format perfect guards. When used to guard with while you have less than 2 cards in hand, you will not have to pay the usual discard 1 cost, making Aegis Red Dragon a potential no-cost perfect guard in desperate last resort situations. So for Aegis Red Dragon, we're putting 4 in the deck. Okay, next up, the Grade 1. Let's see, for the Grade 1, we're putting in Grade 1, Diffuser Angel, skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Rearguard Circle, cost, put a card from your hand to your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your Vanguards, and that unit and this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Diffuser Angel, it's a pretty good card to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. Its skill, when called to the Rearguard, you can take any card from your hand, put it to soul. Then for that turn, your Vanguard and the Diffuser Angel who paid for the skill get plus 5,000 power, giving you the chance to not only build up your soul for later Soul Blast, but to also give your Vanguard some extra power and to turn your Rearguard Diffuser Angel into a potential 13,000 point attacker from the front row or 13,000 point booster from the back row. So for Diffuser Angel, we're putting 4 into the deck. Okay, next up, the Grade 1 Knight of Desolation, Fionia, skill, continuous as a Rearguard. If there are no other units in the same column as this unit gets plus 10,000 power, includes your opponent's Rearguards. So for Knight of Desolation Fionia, it's a pretty powerful card to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. Its skill, as long as there are no other units in the same column as this unit on the field on both your opponent and your own side, Fionia can get plus 10,000 power, making her a potential 18,000 point attacker for your front row. So for Knight of Desolation Fionia, we're putting 4 into the deck. Okay, and next up, we're putting in, let's see, the Grade 1. We're putting in the Grade 1 Orgolious Lion, skill, auto. When this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle other than by the effect of Orgolious Lion, if you Persona Roll this turn, cost, counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, search your deck for up to 1 card of the same card name as this card, call the Rearguard as rest, and shuffle your deck. So for Orgolious Lion, it's a pretty powerful card to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks, especially for Thegrea. Its skill, when this card is placed on the Rearguard other than by its own effect, if you have already Persona Rolled that turn, by paying the counterblast of 1, you can search your deck for another copy of Orgolious Lion and call this rest, securing yourself another Rearguard to use for your next turn, or to pay for one of your skills that require you to have another Rearguard to retire, or any other skills that require you to have a number of Rearguards. So for Orgolious Lion, we're putting 4 into the deck. Okay, and next up, the Grade 0 lineup. For the Grade 0s of this deck, we're playing The Grade 0, Knight of Integrity, Thegrea, skill, auto. When this unit is ruled upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for Knight of Integrity, Thegrea, she's the starter unit's deck. For skill, when written the top up, if you went second, draw a card. So for Knight of Integrity, Thegrea, putting one the deck, one the right deck. Okay. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers of this deck, we're playing, let's see. They're playing the Grade 0, Blade Feather Dragon, critical trigger, skill, auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost and paid, choose one of your units. It gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. So for Blade Feather Dragon, it's a powerful critical trigger to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. Its skill, after boosting an attack, regardless if the attack hits or not, as long as you don't mind moving Blade Feather from your rear guard to your soul, you can give one of your other units, Vanguard or rear guard, plus 2,000 power, making Blade Feather Dragon a good way to not only restock your soul for later soul blast, but to also give your remaining attackers on the field a little extra power to work with. So for Blade Feather Dragon, we're putting 4 into the deck. Okay, next up, the Grade 0, Knight of Heavenly Hammer, Gurgit, critical trigger. We're putting 3 into the deck. Okay, next up, the Grade 0, Bard of Heavenly Song, Alpec, Fret Trigger, skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. So for Alpec, she's a powerful Fret Trigger to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. For skill, when used to guard with while your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield, making Alpec a potential 20,000 point shield all on her own. So for the Bard of Heavenly Song, Alpec, we're putting 4 into the deck. Okay, next up, we're putting in, let's see, the Grade 0, the Grade 0, Healer of Heavenly Staff, Arshas, heal trigger. We're putting 2 into the deck. Okay, next up, we're putting in the Grade 0, Invigorate Sage, heal trigger, skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, if your opponent's attacking unit has 2 or more has attacked 2 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Active if this battle is its second attack this turn or more. So for Invigorate Sage, it's a powerful heal trigger to play on your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. Its skill, when used to guard against an opponent's attacking unit that has attacked 2 or more times in that turn, your Invigorate Sage gets plus 15,000 shield, making Invigorate Sage a potential 25,000 point shield on its own. So for this heal trigger skill, it's an ideal card to use against opponents who play decks that specialize in restanding and attacking multiple times, either for their rear guard or Vanguard. So for Invigorate Sage, you're putting 2 in the deck. Okay, next up, last but not least, the Grade 0, Light Dragon, Deity of Honors, Abratonia, Over Trigger, skill, trigger, additional effect. Until end of turn, you also perform drive checks for the battles your rear guards attack. So for Amatonia, it's a powerful over trigger to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. Like any other over trigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When revealed during a drive check or damage check, you get 100 million power and draw a card, but it also features an ability unique to it alone. When revealed during a drive check on your turn, for the rest of that turn, your rear guards when attacking can also perform drive checks, giving you the chance to potentially pressure or finish off your opponent with the increased chance of getting triggers, or to increase your defenses or later term options by giving you more cards in hand. So for Light Dragon, Deity of Honors, Abratonia, we're putting 1 in the deck. Okay, deck's unbuilt, Cardfight explained, so let's just save the deck. Okay, now for the cards in this deck, we're playing 3, Grade 3, One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea. 4, Grade 3, One Who Blooms in the Dark, Thegrea. 4, Grade 2, Drilling Angel. 4, Grade 2, Atrocious Moth Girl, Maple. 1, Grade 2, Harsh Training, Thegrea. 4, Grade 1, Aegis Mare Dragon. 4, Grade 1, Diffuser Angel. 4, Grade 1, Knight of Desolation, Fiolia. 4, Grade 1, Orgolas Lion. 1, Grade 1, Beneath the Brilliant Light, Thegrea. And 1 grade 0, Knight of Integrity, Thegrea, starting unit. And for the triggers of this deck, we're playing 7 critical triggers, 4 front triggers, 4 heel triggers, and 1 over trigger, Amatonia. Alright, the deck's been built, Cardfight explained. Now before we test this deck out, let's just rename the deck. Change deck name, rename it. Let's see, we're renaming the deck Thegrea, Thegrea, save name. Is that the correct spelling? Let's see. Thegrea, Thegrea. Yep, that's correct. So let's change the card sleeves, change sleeves. For the sleeves this deck we're using, let's see. For the main deck sleeves, we're going to be using the Keter Sanctuary Nation sleeves as the main deck sleeves, press A. And for the right deck sleeves, we're using the Team Ranker sleeves as the right deck sleeve, press Y. Okay, deck's been built, Cardfight explained, card deck renamed, and card sleeves changed. Now let's get on testing out the deck. So leaving the edit deck menu, return the main menu, go into fight menu, and CPU fight. Okay, selecting the deck I just built, the Keter Sanctuary, one who walks the path of light, Thegrea, D-BT05 deck. Okay, selecting deck, and now choosing the opponent. Okay, who would be a good opponent to test it out on? Let's see. I guess I'll test it out on, let's see. For the opponent to use this deck out on, I guess I'll use it on, Okay, I'll use it against Masaru Keter, normal difficulty. Alright, the battle begins. Let's get started. And okay, here we are. Deciding who goes first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock the paper, I lose, going second. Okay. Drawing our starting hands. I got 2 critical triggers, 2 diffuser angels, and an Orgolius lion. Okay. Not a bad hand, so I should hold on to diffuser and Orgolius lion to use their skills. So I'll just return the 2 criticals and 1 diffuser, redraw. A critical, a maple, and a drilling angel. Not bad. Okay. My opponent's going first. He rides. Deep Sonicer. Skill of Deep Sonicer. He soul charges. He soul charges. Let's see. My opponent's soul charge. Okay, wait. My turn. I'm running from the right deck. Beneath the Brilliant Light Thegrea. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna discard Mothgra Maple since her skill can be activated from the drop zone. Discarding Maple. Right from the right deck. Beneath the Brilliant Light Thegrea. Skill of Knight of Integrity Thegrea. I draw 1 card. I draw a front trigger, okay? The cards my opponent soul charged the previous turn were 1 Selfish Engraver, okay? Okay, then I'm going to call to the rear guard, Knight of Desolation, Finolia, call. And I'm gonna call, let's see. Nope, I think that's enough, so go into battle phase. First up, my Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 8k. The attack goes through, I drive check. No trigger, drilling angel, okay, 1 damage to my opponent. Slash, 1 damage. No trigger, safe, okay. Now my Finolia attacks the Vanguard, 18k. He cards of a critical, okay. 23k, the attack's blocked. So that's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent's going to ride the grade 2, Electro Spartan. Calling, Selfish Engraver, okay. Vanguard to Vanguard, no guard, take the hit. He drive checks, no trigger, safe, okay. 1 damage to me. Ow! Damage check, no trigger, drilling angel, okay. Now here comes another attack from the rear guard, Selfish Engraver, okay, let's see. We're both tied at 1 damage. The grade 2 Selfish Engraver skill, when its attack hits, can soul charge 1. That's not good for me since the Barrel Madness deck requires a large number of cards in the soul. He has 3 cards in soul already, so I'm gonna block this attack. I block with a... I guess I'll block with Orgolious Lion, 13k. The attack is blocked, I'm safe. Okay, my opponent cannot soul charge, so that's the end of my opponent's turn. My turn, I stand and draw. Okay, I ride from the right deck. Harsh Training, Thegrea for the right deck cost. Okay, I'm going to... Okay, I think I'm going to... I gotta hold on to, let's see, the critical and Drilling Angel and the front trigger. Let's see, so should I discard Phenolia, Diffuser Angel, or the extra Drilling Angel in my hand? I got 1 Orgalious Lion in my drop zone. Okay, then. Alright, then I'm going to discard for the right deck cost. 1 Diffuser Angel, right, Harsh Training Thegrea. My Great One beneath the Brilliant Light Thegrea skill. Look at the top card of my deck. It is a Phenolia, okay. Leave it on top. Then I'm going to call... One, let's see. Diffuser, Drilling Angel to the rear guard. Call, skill activated. I send Orgolious Lion to the soul. And look at the top 3 cards of my deck. No Orgolious Lion, so okay. Shuffle. Next, I move Phenolia to the bottom, to the back row, and call 1 more Drilling Angel. Call, skill of Drilling Angel. I send Diffuser Angel to my soul. And look at the top 3 cards of my deck. Nope, no Diffuser, no... Okay, there are no Diffuser Angels, so shuffle the deck. And okay, I think that's enough, so go into the battle phase. First up, my right side Diffused Drilling Angel attacks Selfish Engraver, 10k to 10k. The attack goes through, and boom, 1 rear guard down. My Vanguard attacks the Vanguard, 10k. The attack goes through, drive check. Yes, front trigger, power to the front row. Power added. And 1 damage to my opponent, slash, damage check. No trigger, safe. Now boosted by Phenolia, Drilling Angel, my left side attacks the Vanguard, 28k. The attack goes through, and boom! 1 damage. Damage check. No trigger, perfect guard, nice. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent's gonna ride the grade 3, Master of Gravity, Barrel Madness, okay. Skill of Spartan, moving 1 card from hand into soul and drawing it soul charging. He soul charged a critical, nice. Okay, Vanguard the Vanguard, 21k. Skill of the back row, he boosts more power, okay. 31k, okay, my opponent only has 6 cards in soul, he cannot add a critical, so I still have 1 damage and very few cards in hand to work with, so I'll just let the attack go through, no guard, take the hit. Here it comes, Twin Drive, first check, no trigger, grade 3, second check. Ah, critical trigger, come on! He gives all effects to his Vanguard, powered critical added. Here comes damage. And here comes the light. And out! Damage check first. No trigger, perfect guard, not good. And second check. Ah, another perfect guard, come on, seriously? Alright, that's the end of my opponent's turn. My turn, stand and draw. I ride from my right deck, One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea. And I discard for the cost, let's see, I'm discarding Diffuser Angel for the right deck cost. Right. One Who Walks the Path of Light, Thegrea. Skill of Harsh Training, Thegrea. Look at the top 5 cards in my deck for Maple or Thegrea. Yes! I add One Who Blooms in the Dark, Thegrea to my hand. Shuffle my deck, okay. Maple skill, In my soul, let's see, I got... My soul has grade 2, 1, 0, 1, and 1. Okay, then I'm going to... Okay, Superior call Maple onto the rear guard. I call Maple over... I guess I'll call Maple over here. And call Fenolia to the back row. Call. And okay, Then I'm activating my Vanguard Thegrea skill. I counterblast 1. And I look at the top 5 cards of my deck for grade 2 or less. I call Orgulious Lion to the rear guard. Call. And okay, that should be it. So go into battle phase. First up, boosted by Fenolia. My Mock Girl Maple attacks the Vanguard, 18k. He guards with a critical, okay, 28k. The attack is blocked. And now, Maple skill. I Soul Blast any number of cards. I choose to Soul Blast, let's see, grade 0. I Soul Blast 1, so I can select one grade 1 in my soul to add to hand. Oh wait, nope. What just happened? Let's see. Soul Blast any number of 1 or more cards. Choose a card from your soul the same grade as the sum of the grades. Ah, crud. I Soul Blasted at grade 3, grade 0, so I couldn't. I should have Soul Blasted at grade 1. I messed up. Well, whatever, so... Boosted by Garrulous Lion, Thegrea attacks the Vanguard, 21k. The attack goes through, Twin Drive, first check, critical trigger, nice. I give the critical to my Vanguard and power to Drilling Angel. Critical added, power added. Okay, then second check, no trigger, Fenolia, okay. Here it comes, 2 damage to my opponent. And a Ray of Light. Boom! 2 damage. First. Ah, critical trigger, come on! He gives all effects to his Vanguard. Power and critical added. And second check. No trigger. Barrel Madness, nice. One less card to Persona right with. Boosted by Fenolia. Drilling Angel attacks the Vanguard, 28k. And he guards with a heal trigger, 38k. The attack is blocked. Okay. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent's going to call Curtis skill to Soul Charge 2, a draw trigger, and Spartan, okay. Calling the grade 2 Thegrea, okay. Curtis attacks the Vanguard. Let's see, the Vanguard has 8 cards in Soul, still cannot activate a critical effect. And then there's still Thegrea. Even if it's skill, he'll only get to 9 cards, so still not enough, so okay. I guess I'll... Okay, I'm gonna guard the rear guard and save my hand to... Nope, gonna guard the rear guards and let the Vanguard go through. So I'm going to... guard with the... Okay... I guard with a critical... Gurgit, and that should be enough. Block the attack. Safe. Now here comes an attack from the Vanguard. 21k, skill up the back row. Adding power. Total. That's 31k. Okay, let the attack go through. No guard. Twin Drive, first check. No trigger, safe. And second check. Ah, heal trigger this timing, come on! He heals 1, adds power to the rear guard, so 1 damage to me. Here it comes. Atomic Light shines, and... Ow! Damage check. No trigger, Maple, okay. And 1 more attack from the rear guard, 20k. I guard with a critical, 28k. The attack is blocked. Okay, safe. And now... That's the end of my opponent's turn. My turn, stand and draw. Drilling Angel, nice. I'm going to write from my hand. 1 who blooms in the dark Thegrea. Cross Persona Ride. Cross Persona Ride, 1-2 blooms the Dark Thegrea. I drew a heal trigger, not good, okay. Then I'm going to, use the second skill to retire my opponent's rear guard, okay. Then I call Knight of Desolation, Fenolia to the rear guard. Activating my Vanguard skill, I retire 2 rear guards. I retire Fenolia, my front row, and Drilling Angel. Skill, retire 1 of my opponent's rear guards. I retire the back row. Okay, I'm going to retire from the back row or front row. Let's see. Retire the back row Thegrea. Okay. Power added. Then next I call Drilling Angel to the rear guard. Wait, let me check my drop zone first. Okay, Okay, I'm going to call Drilling Angel to the rear guard. Call, skill activated. I move from my drop zone, Diffuser Angel into the soul. And look at the top 3 cards of my deck. Nope, no Diffuser Angel, so nothing's added. I'm going to move Fenolia to the front, okay. And alright, that should be enough. Go into battle phase. First up, my Vanguard unboosted attacks the Vanguard, 23k. He double guards, 43k, alright. Twin drive, first check. No trigger, Orculus Lion, and second check. No trigger, another Orculus Lion. The attack is blocked. Now I activate my Thegrea skill. I'm going to counterblast 1 and discard 1 card from hand. I discard Lion, restand my Vanguard, drive -1. There we go. And now, boosted by our Garrulous Lion, Thegrea attacks the Vanguard, 31k, 1 drive. He guards my perfect guard, not good. No cost perfect guard. Drive check. Yes, heal trigger, just what I needed. I heal 1 point of damage. I'm healing Maple from my damage zone and give power to Drilling Angel. There we go. And okay, the attack is blocked. And now my left side Fenolia attacks the Vanguard, 28k. The attack goes through and slash, 1 damage, and damage check. No trigger, safe. And now boosted by Fenolia on the right, Drilling Angel attacks the Vanguard, 38k. Yes, the attack goes through, and boom, 1 damage. Damage check. Ah, over trigger, come on. At this timing, I have no more attacks, so that's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent is going to call Engraver, okay. He attacks with Curtis, okay, then. He still doesn't have enough cards to the soul to activate the +1 critical, so I'm safe, so I guess I'll block the rear guards and focus on letting the Vanguard go through. So, okay, I'm going to guard with a heal trigger, Invigorate Sage, 23k, the attack is blocked, I'm safe. Okay, now in the next attack, it's Vanguard to Vanguard, 21k, skill at the back row. He's adding more power to the Vanguard. That's total 31k, no guard, take the hit. T-Twin drives, first check. Ah, heal trigger, come on! First an over trigger, now a heal trigger? How lucky can he get? And second check. Grade 3 Barrel Madness, not good, he can Persona right next turn, so okay. Here comes 1 damage to me. Atomic Fire, boom, out! Damage check. No trigger, ah, Thegrea, come on! Engraver attacks. I cannot let him soul charge, so I'm just gonna guard the heal trigger. Guard, 28k. And okay, the attack is blocked. That's the end of my opponent's turn. My turn, stand and draw. A critical, come on. Alright, go in the main phase. Then I'm going to call... I'm going to call the critical trigger Blade Feather Dragon to rear guard and activate my Vanguard skill. I retire 2 of my own rear guards. I retire Lion and Blade Feather and retire 1 of my opponent's rear guards. I'm retiring Selfish Engraver. My Phenolia gets back her power. Next, I call 1 more Ogelius Lion. Let me check the... Let's see. I don't have any in the damage zone, and I have 1 in the soul, 1 in hand. Okay, then... And 2 in the drop zone. Yep, I'm all out of Ogelius Lion, so I'm just gonna call it over here. And that's all. So go into battle phase. First up, my... Let's see, my boosted by Ogelius Lion, Thegrea attacks the Vanguard, 21k. She double guards, 33k, 2 to pass, Twin Drive, first check. No trigger, perfect guard, okay, second check. Yes, heal trigger, just what I needed. I give, let's see, I heal 1 point of damage and give power to Drilling Angel, okay. Damage healed, power added, and the attack is blocked, okay. Now my Phenolia on the left side attacks the Vanguard, 18k, the attack goes through, slash, 1 damage, damage check. Ah, critical trigger, this timing, come on! How does he keep getting so lucky with all the triggers? Boost up a Phenolia, Drilling Angel attacks the Vanguard, 28k. The attack goes through, and boom, 1 damage. Damage check. No trigger, 6 damage, I win! Huh, okay. Despite all the triggers working in my opponent's favor, I managed to use my card skills effectively. Okay, so I got to try out what this deck is really mainly focused on, and I got win, opponent drew an over trigger, did it for Soda Ride, 8 turns passed, did a Superior Call, retired 5 from opposing units. I got 1900 BP, total 23,825 BP, press A to go next, and leaving the fight, return the fight menu. Here we are on the fight menu, leaving the fight menu, going back to main menu, back to the main menu, go to edit deck menu, and with that, the deck's been built, Cardfight explained, and I just finished testing out the deck in front of you, and with that, that's all the time we have for today. So first up, I want to say thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you all show support by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that, I say goodbye and see you all soon.